Welcome back, beautiful people. I hope everyone had an amazing week. Today, we are going to be talking about quarantine, mental health, and self-esteem. Mental health and self-esteem go very much hand in hand, and mental health is something that a lot of us tend to neglect so much simply because there's a lot going on in life, or whatever your reason may be. It's very easy to do, but we have to make sure that we're constantly checking in with ourselves and making sure that we're okay internally, because that is the only way we'll be able to properly function as humans. Otherwise, we're going to be able to function, but it's not properly. It's in a very broken manner. So I'm what I like to call a social recluse. I actually think I coined that phrase, so if I didn't, don't burst my bubble, just let me keep thinking that I did. But anyways, what that means is if I'm in a social setting, I can be very social without anybody thinking that I'm introverted or anything like that. But my preference is being alone and, in just my private space. And I love my alone time. I love doing things by myself. And I've always been like this since I was a kid. Like, I literally had imaginary friends that I would just talk to at the age of like 3 and keep myself entertained for hours without needing to talk to anyone. Like, all my friends know if there was a competition of the introverts, I would win. I really would win. Sounds weird, but it is what it is. So all that to say, today I'm going to be giving you guys tips on how to keep yourself, sane, entertained, and just unbothered during these times of quarantine, but also in general. So let me preface these tips by saying that before you start doing any of these, I want you guys to set the ambiance for yourself. So whether it's, lighting your candles, setting your mood lighting, starting your diffuser, whatever it is, I want you guys to get in the mood for it. Don't be dull about it, because that is a whole part of the experience, okay? So now we can get to it. Prayer and meditation are so important, and you can choose to do them together or separately. Personally, I need to put my faith in something outside of myself and outside of this physical world, so I choose to put my faith in God. And so my prayer time is my meditation time. I really just sit and show my gratitude and talk about what I want and what I need out of life, and just, it really is a time where I get to focus on myself, what has happened in my day, and reflect on my past, and also just plan for my future. I notice a difference those times when I am spiritually disconnected and I find myself just too busy for prayer or too busy to really connect with God. I do notice a difference in myself, and I feel almost disoriented and out of whack. So I try to pray at least twice a day to, just keep myself focused and keep myself aligned with what I'm meant to do in this life. Now, like I said, I know not everyone's religious. So for those of you who aren't, and even for those of you who are religious, you can choose to pray and meditate separately. But meditation is very powerful as well. I do meditate outside of my prayer sessions sometimes, and you do notice a significant difference. A lot of successful people suggest that you meditate daily, at least 10 minutes to an hour. That's really up to you. You can go longer or shorter than that, but it's just such a powerful thing because it helps you to quiet your mind and really see what it is that you want and need without the world telling you what it is that you want and need. It's your you time, and you're really just focusing on you, your breath, and your thoughts. So while quieting your thoughts, it's very complex and hard to understand and get at first, but once you are able to get the art of meditation, it's very powerful. So I suggest that you guys start implementing prayer and or meditation into your daily lives. Eating healthy, it is so important and can deeply affect our, mental health and our self-esteem and our moods, but we tend to neglect it so often because either we're too busy, or in America, honestly, the fast food is what's promoted. So, and it's what's easily accessible. So that's what most people eat, and they don't even realize, that is the reason they're feeling depressed and so sluggish and so down. I am speaking from personal experience. When I went to college, all I did was eat junk food, and we don't really eat like that at my house. So it really affected, not only the way I looked, but the way I felt, and just, it was not a good time. So once I started living on my own, I really started to look at, nutrition labels and what I was eating and how it was affecting my body, and it just drastically changed the way that I look at food and the relationship that I have with food, which I'm forever grateful for, because I don't see myself going back to the way that I used to eat. I'm not saying I eat perfectly, not even close. I definitely eat unhealthy still, but I try to at least implement the good things with it on a daily basis. So if I want to have fried chicken, I do have fried chicken. I don't restrict myself, but I try to at least have my greens and fruits for the day along with that, so that, you know, it balances out. Everything is about balance. So if you want your fast food, have your fast food, but just remember to eat healthy too, because it does have a major effect on how you view yourself. So start implementing little by little new healthy foods into your diet, and start with the ones that you like, so that you're not, you know, falling off after day one because you just had a horrible time eating the foods that you dislike. So if you don't like Brussels sprouts, keep the Brussels sprouts till later. If you like broccoli, then start eating broccoli every day, and then build up to the Brussels sprouts, because your palate will change and your palate will adjust, and you will naturally start to gravitate more towards the healthy food and have less cravings for the bad food. And that's just scientifically proven, so there's no way you can argue that. But yeah, just be mindful of what you eat, because it does have a direct correlation with your mental health and your self-esteem and just your daily mood. Journaling is such a great way of releasing your thoughts, and it's a great outlet. If journaling isn't it for you, find some other outlet to help you release your thoughts, whether that's writing a song, whether that's talking to someone, whether that's vlogging your feelings, whatever it may be, find it. For me, I love to, sometimes journaling helps, but most of the times I love talking to myself in the mirror. And I know I'm gonna sound crazy, but it really helps me. I talk to myself in the mirror and I pretend like I'm giving myself advice as another person. Girl, what's up? Girl, I don't even know. I'm just not feeling it today. Girl, you need to get up and go do something that's gonna help you and benefit you and help you get better. You know what, sis? You right. I'm gonna go do that right now. You go do that. I am. So it'd be a conversation just like that. I mean, not as simple. It'd be like, you know, more drastic, but I really talk to myself and, you know, help myself work out my feelings out loud. And hearing it out loud just makes me hear either how serious or how ridiculous it is. If you are the type of person that doesn't like to tell other people things, or there's some fear of judgment or whatever it may be, I suggest finding a way to, you know, release your feelings without having to share it with somebody else. If you are the type of person who likes talking to people and telling people your feelings, then by all means go ahead and find a person or people that you feel comfortable with doing that, and go ahead and do that. But it's so important that you find an outlet to release everything that is inside and that is pent up inside, so that it doesn't stay pent up. So the next thing on the list is exercise. Now it's funny that I say this, because if you had asked me like 6 months ago, I would have been like, I don't believe in exercise, I don't know who she is. But fast forward to now, I literally have been working out like every day for the past 6 months, and I'm completely obsessed with it. It's such a great therapeutic meditative practice for me. It really just helps me to release any, you know, pent up energy that I have. It's amazing, it really is. And it helps you to look at your body differently. Not that I had bad body image before, but you know, it just helps you improve. Like, you start seeing things tone, and you understand that like you can sculpt your body the way that you want. It really just helps you to motivate yourself and get yourself in a headspace that's, you know, positive. I switch up my workout activities. Sometimes I'll do weight training, sometimes I'll do aerobics, sometimes I'll do yoga. It really just varies, and it depends on what I want to do and what I'm feeling like that day. But I highly recommend everybody find something that it is they enjoy and gets them physically active, and they start implementing just even 15 minutes of that into their daily lives. So find ways to improve yourself. Whether that is honing in on your craft and perfecting your skill, whether that is going to find a new friend online, whether that is finding you a new job, do something to better yourself and improve yourself. Make yourself better than you were yesterday. I don't like to be complacent with who I am. I like to always be working to better myself in one way or another, whether it's mentally, physically, spiritually, socially, whatever, financially. there's just always some part of our life that we can be better in, because we are humans and there's no way that you are perfect, because nobody's perfect. If you are feeling down about yourself and you're just unhappy with where you are, then doing something to improve yourself and better yourself is always going to help boost your self-esteem, which naturally helps your mental state and your general mood and how you feel about yourself, because that is you checking something off of your mental checklist, whether it's because you didn't know you could do it or you never thought you could do it. You're doing something and it's benefiting you and helping you in the future. So just get up and find something that will help you to help you. I'm honestly obsessed with hanging out with my family. I love each and every one of them, and I'm just obsessed with each and every one of them. So I can spend all day, every day with them and not really get sick of them. So we've always been like this too, even before quarantine. So this ain't nothing new to us. We've been doing this forever, but we know when to give each other our space too, which is so important. We hang out a lot and we spend a lot of time with each other. And when we're feeling down, you know, we help each other up, and it's just, we're a community for each other. So I love being around my family. They're one of the biggest factors of keeping myself elevated and just out of a slumped state. Don't get me wrong, sometimes they put me in a slump state, but it's not very often. I love them and I'm obsessed with them, like I said. So hanging out with family and loved ones is important, especially during these times. If you can't do it in person, remember to do it virtually, and just checking on people, and in return, it will help you too, because you're having contact with others. Singing, listening to music, and dancing. I love, 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 love. It is just my favorite thing to do. Since I was born, I literally was born addicted to music. I came out singing, listening to music with a whole boombox, and, you know, jamming. But it really is a great way of boosting, you know, your mood without you even realizing that's what you're doing. Just because when you listen to your favorite songs, you naturally start dancing and singing, and you're just like, yes, especially when you're in your own private space and you don't have to worry about, you know, anybody looking at you or whatever it may be. You really get into it, and it really changes your mood, and you're uplifted and just feeling good afterwards. So I suggest that whatever you are doing, whether it's cooking, cleaning, exercising, talking to someone, just have music in the background and let that be your soundtrack for life. That's what I do. I really let music be my soundtrack for life, and it's great for memories too, because when you re-listen to the music years later, you're like, oh my gosh, I remember exactly what I was eating, what I was wearing, and what I was thinking, and who I was back then. If I don't have a clean space, I feel like I have a cluttered mind. A clean space gives me a clean mind. I can't think clearly if everything around me is messy. I really can't. Like, I just can't function. So a great way to help clear up your mind is to really clear up your space, your environment, whether it's cleaning your bedroom, cleaning your car, cleaning it all, honestly. Just clean. Cleaning helps me. It's a very relaxing way for me to get work through my thoughts or get out of my thoughts. I love to clean in general, but especially if I'm not in a good mood, cleaning just puts me in a better mood. It helps me really reorganize my outer life, but my inner life too. I feel like when I have a cluttered workspace or a cluttered living space or a cluttered space in general, then I'm not able to think clearly up here. So if I'm able to get up and clean, whatever it may be, then I'm able to kind of de-stress, and that's just a great therapeutic practice for me as well. I like looking at, you know, organized, clean spaces. It brings me joy and it brings me calmness and, yeah, peace and happiness, honestly. Like I said in the beginning, whatever you're doing, just remember to have your ambiance set. So when you're cleaning especially, remember to have your diffuser on or your candles lit or your air freshener sprayed, whatever it may be. Just, it helps to emphasize your cleanliness. So remember to have your favorite scent going in the background and your favorite music playing in the background too. It really helps with your whole mood. The next thing is redoing your home decor. Whether that is your room or your living room or your whole entire house, whatever it is, just redo it. It gives you a new environment to look at sometimes when we get so used to looking at the same things. around our house, it can get kind of boring. So I'm not saying go out and buy a whole new set of furniture or anything like that, but you could always rearrange your furniture to make your room look completely brand new. Make sure that your room has a good amount of light coming in and doesn't have any furniture blocking in, because sunlight is so important for helping your mood and your energy levels. So just rearrange your room and make sure it's just, you know, appealing to look at, and appealing to look at for you, of course, more than anything. And make it your sanctuary to just want to sit and live in and never want to leave. Like, I make my room just the way that I like it, and it's always clean and organized, and I have things set the way that I like, so that it's a place that I never want to leave. And that's how I have always liked my room, and it might be because I am introverted that I make sure my room is my sanctuary, but it really does help me to feel like it's a welcoming space. So if you are feeling down and just out of it, just get up, start rearranging things in your room, give yourself a new environment and a new scenery to look at, and I promise you that will definitely elevate your mood just a little bit. I saw this movie the other night, and basically these two people were on a date, and the girl had previously told the guy that she just was so dissatisfied with her life. And so during the date, he gives her this bottle of Play-Doh, and she goes, "Why are you giving me this Play-Doh?" And he tells her, well, because we're all just one small adjustment away from making our life feel worthy. And that really resonated with me, because it's true. Not that your life is always worthy, but sometimes we can feel like our life isn't worthy and it's directionless and we just don't know where we're going, you know, like we don't know. And seriously, it's just one small adjustment away from feeling like, yeah, I am worth it. I am in the right place. I am doing what I'm meant to do and what I'm supposed to do. Or if you aren't in that place, to guide you to that place. So just always be mindful of that. That small little adjustment you make, whether it's starting drinking more water or eating healthy or exercising, it really can start your whole life and the life that you always envisioned for yourself. So don't take for granted the small little improvements that you do and the small little adjustments that you make. Thank you guys so much for coming and talking with me about quarantine, mental health, and self-esteem. Very important things, and I don't want you guys to neglect them, you know? So I hope that you guys were able to take away at least one thing from these 10 things that you are going to start implementing into your daily life. I would also really love to hear what it is you guys do, whether it's with quarantine or without quarantine, what you guys do for mental health and self-esteem, and, you know, to help boost it. I really would like to know. It's so interesting, the different things that we all do to take care of ourselves. So I would like to know what it is that you do to take care of your inner self. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and till next time.